Hello everybody, Ian Robson here for another episode of Idaho. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. If you recall from the previous episode, we were... where is it here? This guy right here. We were trying to get this guy to work properly with our forage harvester. Unfortunately, I discovered that apparently the forage harvester was the problem. I don't know what was going on, but I actually tested it out with a different forage harvester. The ProTech one from NI Modding, and had no problems whatsoever depositing grass into this silo right here. So I don't know why that was happening like that, but apparently it was the harvester itself for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe it's just the style, but it didn't work properly. That's what it boils down to. So kind of a little annoyed by that because I kind of wanted to use that because I have the different attachable heads, but c'est la vie, I suppose, right? Anyhow, so yeah, we have this trailer here for the time being. We're just going to leave it there, and we'll go from there. Now, one of the funny things I realized is... where's my Ford? No, it's right in front of me. Huh. This guy's going to be too far away. This guy will do. One of the funny things I realized was because the way the field was growing out back here, it actually started growing a bit funny before we actually did anything with it. So let me just show you what I'm talking about in a sec here. Anyways, but while we're walking there, because the truck's like so far away, how's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is having a lovely summer thus far. Let me know how your summer's going in the comments. Always good to hear about different various aspects of people's summer. Alright, so if you recall, we planted this field in oats. Now the funny thing is because the way the oats were growing, you have oats that are in stage 1, and I think this is oats that are in stage 2, just because the way it was planted. So it was planted before we put the soil mod on the map, or before I just downloaded the version with the soil mod on it. So some of this field is ready to go. Some of this field will be ready to go before, some of it will be ready to go after. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. It's going to be a little annoying because it's not all going to be at the same time. So not sure what's going to happen there. Where is it? If you recall, I think somebody mentioned it in the comments in one of the previous episodes that if you put silage or anything in these bunkers right here, that it'll mirror the same amount over at the other farm. So I put the silage that we had from our bunker over here. If you recall from one of the first episodes, we used the small little JF forage harvester to get that corn, and we put it in here. And we turned it into silage, so I put it in the bunker there, which means... that's a little far away, but that'll work. Which means that we have a silage over here now, right in there, as you can see from here. So that stave silo is supposed to make silage as well, but I'll leave that for the time being. So, alright. So, what we have going on, we have a couple random things going on. So, we have... so, field 10 is... as you can see, half of it's planted in stage 1 and the other half's in stage 2. Field 8 is all one stage, which is good. And then as you can see in field 7, some of them are at stage 1 and some of them are at stage 2, so it's a bit funny. So what we need to do is we need to seed some of these other fields here. So we have 35, 36, 24, 25, 1, and 13. And here's a funny story. I actually planted, what field was it? I planted one of the other fields, almost all of the other field basically. And then when I went to go save the game like this save was a really, really short save and didn't actually save my game. So hopefully that one actually worked. Otherwise I'm going to get annoyed, I suppose, but it's the way it goes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at some other seeders because I kind of realized I was getting tired of that small seeder, and it didn't take very long to get tired of it. So I'm going to take a look at what other seeders we have available to us. And we do need a plow too, if you recall. It's one of the things we might need to look at as well. We could get one of these these plows right here. That's 20 grand. This one's a nice plow, but I don't know. Let's take a look at sewing machines first. We have 90,000, which isn't quite enough for anything, apparently. We could get this, actually, which is direct seeder, which is, I think it's like 7 meters wide. And I think the current one we have right now isn't quite 7 meters. Now the silly thing about that is if we use something like that, it's not really going to make a difference because a lot of times the field's already going to be sown, or already going to be cultivated basically, so that's one of the annoying aspects of it. Anyways, so because we have the silage in that bunker right there, we can actually give our animals a little bit of TMR. Our beef cattle is currently low on TMR, as you can see. So we're just going to grab our equipment from over here. I think it's somewhere over here. No, it's not here. It's in the other section. So we're going to grab our front loader equipment so we can actually do something with it. So we can load our feeder. That thing must have a really wide back end because I think I've hit it like so many times just from, you know, maneuvering around here. I don't know. Alright, so I'm just going to back up and grab it. Let's see, there's the front loader tool. So let's just grab that. It's so funny that you can do that because that would not work in real life at all. But you probably wouldn't leave it like that in real life either. But anyways, that's besides the point. There we go. Alright, now let's grab the other farm out here and hook it up to the TMR mixer there. Yeah, it's funny, I was playing a little bit this morning and I progressed a little bit and I was trying out a few things and I thought, hey, let me do a few things off camera. That was the original intention, and then what actually happened was the game didn't like what I was... I don't know how it worked out, but something was happening. Something happened and didn't save properly, so I was slightly annoyed. Alright, so... apparently it's stuck. There we go. Don't know how it got stuck there, but... Alright, so as you see, we got a little bit of hay, a little bit of silage, and a little bit of straw in there right now. So let's go put a little bit more silage in there and see what our mix becomes. Then we can give a little bit of TMR to our cows. Also, if you remember, we did get pigs last time around as well. So hopefully that will increase the amount of manure we're going to get, which is always nice because getting manure is going to be helpful, particularly now that we have a soil mod. Alright. Yeah, we're going to need some more hay. This is what happened last time. I got to put a little bit of silage in there and now I need more hay. I knew I needed the front loader over here for some reason or another. Alright, so let's give our cows a little bit of TMR. We actually also need to deal with that manure too. What we could do is... let's hop over to this guy over here. What we could do actually is... let me just do this because apparently I can't do two things at once. Actually, now that I think about it, what we can do actually is we can sell our big cultivator. Actually, we can sell our Vicon. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. We can actually sell our Vicon and replace that with a plow, or that would give us enough money to get a bigger seeder. One or the other, basically. All right, let's. All right. There we go. And that should be a perfect mix now. Excellent. So let's go give our cows, and then we'll give our pigs a little bit as well. We'll go from there. Yeah, actually, if we sell our Vicon, we'll have more than enough money to get a plow. Or what we could do actually is get a different seeder. Too many choices here. Actually, let me just think about this for a second. Let's give them half of this. That was about 8,000, so we'll start at... There we go. What we could do is how much... not the farm silos. I am looking for livestock farm. There we go. So we do have 95,000 liters of barley still. But I think We could sell one more load, and then that'll give us probably around 100,000 or so. Something in that area, at least. Let's hop over to this guy, then. I did make a course. What has he got? Wheat there. Barley. So let's fill up a load of barley. And I did actually record a course to sell train depot, or depot, from the animal farm, as you can see. So we'll get this guy to sell one more, and then what we'll do, I think, is we'll take the Vicon and sell it and see how much money we end up with. Alright, there we go. Perfect. I have no idea what the price of barley is right now. I should have double checked. Oh, it has gone down a little bit. That's probably why I didn't sell more. What about wheat? What do we got here? Barley's worth more, apparently. I'll let him do his thing. Alright, so we do need to deal with the manure, but we don't have anywhere to put the manure yet because we don't have the alternative tip mod. But what I am thinking is if we bring this guy back, because this guy does accept manure, if memory serves. Oh, by the way, I actually filled up moved that silage using the conveyor belt. I picked that up off camera because you've seen me pick up the conveyor belt and use it numerous times now. So I didn't think you'd really care if I did that. Where's it? Main to livestock. There we go. Transfer. Perfect. And I think it's time to get maybe another front loader, just so I can have an extra one over at the other farm there. And if we're gonna try and progress, I'm gonna not get the Bobcat. We have this one right here, which is kind of low horsepower. We could get this Ford, which has 74 horsepower. Merlot. Actually, I picked this one up. This is a high tip one. OEB modded this. It's a pretty cool. This was actually, there was another version released before this, which was an MR version, and this one is not the MR version, although I haven't tried. We could get one of these, and moving one of those is kind of annoying. Because, see, the problem we're going to run into is this. Let me just hop over here. We have nowhere to store manure over here that I know of. So if we try to, we could turn this guy off and that guy off. We have nowhere to store manure, so if we take it out of the, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. If we take it out of the barns, we don't have anywhere to put it at the moment. Which is a bit annoying. So I'm not sure what to do about that at the moment. And that's why I'm thinking about that mod I just showed you. It's called a T conveyor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brakes, brakes, brakes. I was able to go through, but I can't back up through it. Oh well. It's funny, I like the fact that all these fences you can drive through, because I would have had so many wrecks by now. Let's just fill up a little bit of water here for the pigs. I would have had so many wrecks by now. Alright, so if we get this T conveyor belt thing, this right here, that will work for the manure. And then that will be able to service or be able to spread manure on these places right here. See, the problem, this is the annoying part about solid manure, is that you have to use it basically. Pretty much you have to use it, because if you don't, you're not going to get the maximum yield possible. And I don't know if spreading multiple times with liquid slurry is actually going to do it. I don't think it actually does, if memory serves. I know you can do it once, but I'm not sure about 2 or 3 times. Pigs are on the other side here. I wish they made these things look a little bit different. Well, I guess they do a little bit. Alright, that's water, that's that. There we go. Give them a little bit of water here. So that's the problem we have with manure. We can't actually buy manure from the BGA, which is right here, which will allow us to service maybe, or provide manure for this area perhaps. I don't know. There's no good transporting system available for solid manure that I know of, which is really annoying. I don't think you can use an overload or anything like that. You basically have to have something just sit around there. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you think we should, how do you think we should go about it? Do you think we should just travel, go traipsing around everywhere with a solid manure spreader, or do you think we should try and do a little bit of slurry? Or maybe a bit of both, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below with what you think we should do about that situation. Because we actually don't have a solid manure spreader right now either. But we do need to get rid of the solid manure at this time. Or at least deal with it. Let's park this here for the time being. And actually, I'm looking for, I guess it is this guy here. What we're going to do, I guess, I'm going to try and spray some synthetic fertilizer on... I'm going to try and spread some synthetic fertilizer on grass and just see how that works out. Because I think you can do that. Grass likes fertilizer A, so you can spread it on fertilizer A with fertilizer A. So I don't know how much that's going to increase our yield, but I'm going to give it a go. Because we do have that synthetic fertilizer right over there, so might as well give it a go. I believe it's full already anyways. And from what I understand, it should, the same principle should apply here in terms of when you have a synthetic fertilizer, the best way to do it is to spread it in phase 1, I believe it is, if memory serves. There we go. That's out of the way now. Yeah, so you spread it in phase 1, so we're going to see how this goes. Let's grab course number 16, the outline. And let's just grab this guy down here first. And as you can see, they changed this, so now it actually looks like lime, which is good. We actually don't need lime, though. I don't know if lime actually affects grass. Ooh. I don't think it does. I don't remember. I don't know why I just did that. We're looking for fertilizer A. And 36 meters, starting in the southwest, heading... I need to bring the map up now. Heading west. Or... Sure. I don't know where that starting point is, but it's somewhere around here. Oops, I hit the other screen again. Alright, let's get it going. First point, fertilizing. Go. So, let's just bring this up. So this should show us that it has been fertilized. Let's verify that grass only likes fertilizer A. That would be funny if we use something else. So yes, fertilizer A. Good. So there you go, it's type A, and that's the 20%. So I believe that shows the coverage of the fertilizer, as far as I know. So I don't understand though. If you think about this, so the only way to get slurry or solid manure to work as best as possible is to spread it and then cultivate it into the ground, which makes no sense. Because then you'd have, well, with grass lilies, because it's a returning crop, it doesn't make any sense, because then what happens is you basically have to tear up the grass field like every so often, which is what you have to do in real life. So I guess it's not that unrealistic now that I think about it. Oh, there's a random bale down there. Totally missed that. So that's the coverage. So we can go up to 100%. That's the way this works. And what will happen is next time around, what will happen is it should show 100% productivity. Alright, so while that's doing that, let's go take a quick peek at some of the other fields we have here. We have this one over here, which needs to be... This is extreme acidity. I can't remember if it's better to have it higher or lower. I think it's higher. I'm pretty sure it's higher now that I think about it. Yeah. Alright, let's hop into the homemade tractor here. And leave this case disc, I guess it is. Alright, now let's grab the Vicon there. Because that's only a small cultivator anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and sell it and then see if we can't pick up a plow. Or something that's considered a plow at least. Now where's the shop? Handbrakes. It's up here. Alright, so we're gonna go over sell this and see how much money we should be able to get. 35-ish, something like that from this, and then that will allow us to well, we can get a plow right now basically. But we want to try and make sure we have, you know, as best as possible chance. So once that fertilizer on the farm is done, we'll be able to switch it over to lime. Because I believe it's better to have a high lime than a low pH. Well, based on this soil mod at least. I can't remember offhand though. I'm going to look it up right now because I'm thinking about it. But that is the way it goes sometimes, right? You know, in real life it's always a question of, you know, is it going to be a situation where you have a high pH or a low pH, and you have to take those things into consideration, right? Because if you don't, then I don't know. If you don't take them into consideration, basically, you can't really do much about it. So, oops, I'm not paying attention to where I'm driving. Apparently, actually, you know what? I wonder if I could use the soil, not the soil mod, the GPS mod to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Probably. This is the vehicle shop, isn't it? Where do I sell my? Is it around the back, I guess, then? It must be. I don't realize how quiet that is until you get out of it. Where do I sell my vehicles at? Is it moved? Oh, there it is right there, I guess. Huh. That actually makes more sense. It's kind of not in the new vehicle area. Alright. So, let me take a quick peek quickly about the pH. I have the information up here right now, so I'm just going to take a quick peek at it, because I totally forget now. I believe the lower the pH, I think if you have a low pH, it's actually worse than a high pH. Where is it? It's like a little tiny chart. Oh, there it is. Yes. So the lower the pH, the worse it is. So we were getting, yeah, so we're definitely going to need to increase the pH by a good chunk. Alright, let's hop out of there. I thought it was a situation where it was low is worse than having a high pH. 31,000, so 35 wasn't too far off. Actually, no, we can do. We can actually buy a big seeder now. Because we have 130,000. So this is the Burgo air seeder. So the silly, I said this before, but the silly thing that really bothers me now is that having these seeders that fertilize at the same time now, totally useless. But maybe you can spread lime, but then you're seeding and you're spreading lime. I don't know how that would work actually. I wonder how that would work. This one does both. I don't know how that's going to work actually. Now that I think about it, because originally what the deal was is that you'd spread fertilizer and that was fine, but with the soil mod, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work together. I don't know. Because you can definitely use this by itself. I kind of want to test it out with this. I don't know, actually. That will do wheat, barley, canola, grass, and it'll... Oh, no, that's the one that has the... This is what I'm thinking of. That'll do maize and sugar beets. I don't know. Darn. I am totally not sure about that. Because then technically this would be able to spread lime. Would it be able to? No, it'd be able to do just a fertilizer, synthetic fertilizers. But that doesn't work unless... Well, that's rather annoying. Now that I think about it. I don't know. We can get the big seeder. This does both. Because now you really don't need the tank in the back. What to do? Could get this. That's just the seeder, but then the cart behind it. Where's the cart behind it? Is it in sprayers or fertilizers? I think it's in the other. I think it's over here in sprayers. Yeah, there it is. That will actually spread lime. But it's not really worth it. I don't know. And that's anhydrous. And that will spread lime as well. I forget how wide that spreads though. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What kind of cedar? What do you think we should do about the cedar situation? I will wait. Let me know what you guys think about the cedar situation. But for the time being, I'm gonna hold off. I'm just let this guy sit here, I think. Let's go check on this guy. He's got just a wee bit left. Is he done? Aw, sweet. Perfect timing. So he's done. So let's go. Let's get this last little bit here. There we go. Excellent. So now that's fertilized, so we should get more grass from that, I guess. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit more fertilizer. Or lime. Oh, there's gas in here too? Oh, I didn't realize there was gas in here. It's totally not obvious. Or is it? What does that say? And I guess you can get water from here too? Because I guess that's fuel there. They are fuel drums, I suppose, but... no, I want to get fertilizer. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we can spread lime with this too. So we need to cultivate the lime, and I don't think it matters if you cultivate or plow it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do this field right here with lime because it's got a low pH. So there's the lime. The problem I'm gonna run into is this guy's gonna run out of gas. That's for sure. I really need a bigger spreader than this now. I realize this. We have all the straw here. We can actually make this straw into chaff too. That's a possibility, but. And you can put chaff into that big stave silo I discovered while I was testing off camera as well. I think what I'll do is I will spread lime on these two fields off camera, I think. And then I'll come back. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'll spread lime on these two fields off camera. And then we'll come back and cultivate it into the ground, I think. Yes. I don't think it matters if you cultivate it or plow it. I'm really not. I can't remember. I haven't read stuff about the soil mod in a little bit again. It's funny because there's so many little things involved in dealing with that soil mod now, which makes it more interesting because now you have to. There's a lot more factors you have to consider, right? All right. Let's drive through here. And you can drive through those doors. Good. That was one of my concerns, actually, because if you couldn't drive through the doors, The problem you're going to run into is the fact that, with coarse play at least, you'll definitely have problems with it running directly into the doors. Definitely. Before we go, though, I'll show you what the lime looks like, for those of you who have never seen it before, because it does look pretty cool. Alright, this is field 36, so this is 36. Yeah, it's funny, because this game now, those dual seeder fertilizers are kind of useless. Seed. There we go. Alright, now reset the course. Let's bring up, I think it's field 36. Let's take off half. And northeast corner would be, let's go northwest, heading south. Headland no. Generate the course, add the other one to it. And now this becomes F36. Ooh, I don't know. I guess it'd be lime / fertilizer, I guess. Really, because you can use it for both, right? And let's make 36 meters. Alright, so... Oh, I went northwest corner? Oh well. Doesn't really make a difference. For some reason I thought I was going northwest corner, but I meant northeast. Oh well. It'll work either way, basically. Alright, so let's see if the lime will actually show. So as you can see, that's what lime looks like right there. Just to give you an idea, it does look pretty cool. And, oops, I wanted this. So as you can see, we have extreme acidity, and according to what the information says, with extreme acidity, which is, you only get 5% of your yield. So that's why I wasn't getting anything on that before, basically. Which is crazy, crazy low. Yep, definitely low. Alright, so that will... Once we cultivate that into the ground, we will definitely get a better yield now. I guess all our fields technically need to be limed, I guess. But, oh well. Anyways, that's what it looks like. That's the lime there. Does look pretty cool. Probably wouldn't... It does look pretty cool, actually. It doesn't really make a difference right now about the straw or anything like that, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, my name's Iain. Robson's been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from Idaho. I'll catch you guys later.